Today we'll be talking about the DUNU Kima Classic, which was sent out to me by DUNU, and they're not asking me to say or do anything other than my honest opinion regarding these IEMs. And these IEMs, I'm just going to dive right into it. This is a kind of interesting video for me. I'm learning a new software for editing, so bear with me. But yeah, so anyways, the Kima Classic. It's, a pretty IEM, comes with some pretty awesome cables for it, which you can see here. It's a classic DUNU. They have, super high quality everything. Has a really awesome carrying case. It's that lovely orange color there with the nice kind of like white highlights there. The other thing with it is the Kima Classic, which I was told, as far as regarding like the sound quality, is that it was kind of designed for pop, supposedly. But anyways, we'll get to that in the sound section. Regarding the build quality of these IEMs, these are, they're DUNU. They're super high quality. They look nice. They feel nice. They're solid. They're made really excellently. The accessories they come with are excellent. They have a bunch of different random tips you can get. I've been really big fan of these cylinder type IEM tips. But, they have a smorgasbord of other tips for you to play with and check out and kind of find to your fit. So as far as build quality and aesthetics, it's spot on. DUNU has always been really fantastic with their aesthetics. So going into the sound quality, it's it's pretty good IEM for $100. Just over $100. The tracks I listened to, I went between Qobuz and Spotify, and between those two, it was weird. As much as I liked having that lossless Qobuz, listening to stuff like Talk Is Cheap by the Hot Potato Band and some other stuff, I even knowing or thinking I know that it was made for pop. I even listened to much Taylor Swift stuff. Then I was going between Qobuz and Spotify, and for whatever reason I felt like I enjoyed Spotify more with this IEM. So in my head it seemed more like that fun, take everywhere, don't have to stress or worry about it because of the price point wasn't super egregiously high, and you can toss them around a little bit and they look nice, and they're quality IEMs. And you can kind of see here that they're, like while I'm editing this photo, and that's kind of the idea behind this video, is I was kind of showing my, kind of how I edit the photos and how I get the photos for my Instagram or when I take pictures of these type of product shots. But anyways, back to the sound. The sound is, the lows are really present, really nice presence there in the low end. The mid also has a really nice warmth to it and kind of a forwardness. I was really enjoying that. And the highs, they were also, it didn't seem like they were overly pushed forward, but they're definitely there. The detail was nice, and I did notice in some of the Qobuz tracks, I did pick up a lot more, which is the nature of that kind of lossless sound, is I picked up a little bit more of that. I guess like the crispiness, and then sometimes the noise kind of deal, depending on what amp I'm using. Obviously that would factor into it, but it seemed like it didn't handle you heard a lot more of the flaws, I guess, with these IEMs with lossless kind of tracks and what have you. So switching back to Spotify, I noticed that the same tracks were, they kind of smoothed out a lot of that stuff, and I'm assuming it's because they chop off some of the information in the track when they're, it's the nature of a lossy sound track, or lossy track basically. And so at the end of the day, the overall feel I got with these for the sound was honestly, it was very engaging. It was very fun to listen to. I was, rather impressed at how easy they were to get along with. They fit nice. The comfort was excellent. The overall just feel and sound signature and everything else like that was easy to get along with. It was one of those things where nothing really blew my mind. Nothing really kind of stood out overly, I guess, except for maybe the low end and the warmth in the mids. But it wasn't even so much that it was something I would trigger on. So these are just an excellent kind of easy to go along with IEM that I've had no real complaints about, other than the fact that I kind of noticed with kind of some of the lossless stuff that it was not as for me anyways, it just didn't trigger for me. It didn't really not trigger, it just didn't really resonate when I was listening to lossless stuff. And it was good, don't get me wrong, but I just felt like I preferred Spotify for whatever reason with these IEMs. So going into kind of what would be the use case for these, I guess, would be, actually also did some video gaming, whatnot, straight out of the controller, worked really excellently. It was another great use case for them. The detail and imaging and stage and is actually good enough to do all that stuff. And you know, once again, nothing really stood out, but nothing was wrong either. Like, so, yeah, like these are just another kind of one of those Goldilocks kind of things where everything was just kind of good enough, I guess, or I guess Goldilocks isn't the right term, but everything was just good enough, right? Like everything was good. These weren't exceptionally high, like an exceptional IEM. They weren't a bad IEM. They're just a good IEM. So, and that kind of goes across the board with it, with my experience. I think that the use case is just that general use, running around, you know, throw them in a bag and go to a coffee shop. You don't stress about someone snagging them. They look really nice. They're high quality. The cables are excellent. The things they're just a good IM. It's hard to say anything else besides that, right? And kind of going into the DUNU other side of it is like, I mean, DUNU, man, these guys and gals, they come with so many excellent accessories, so many, such quality in everything they do, right? Like I've yet to have a DUNU IEM that wasn't high quality, well made, and that just, and then they're like the kings and queens of accessories too. Like you get so much bang for your buck with DUNU. Like it's just one of those things where, like, even this kind of lower end $100 plus IEM, and you're getting that really awesome case, you're getting a ton of tips, you're getting, you know, the cleaning tool, you're getting you know, a little wipe down kind of deal, and a really excellent cable, and it has a little adapter for a 1/4 inch as well, 1/4 inch, 1/8 inch, yeah, anyways, so that's pretty much my thoughts on it. DUNU is pretty awesome, and they make some excellent stuff. And this video was my process of how I basically shoot, edit, and post social media posts regarding product photography. So yeah, thanks for checking out the channel, and we'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.